Oh my gosh.
It was bad. It was a sad moment.
I knit a whole sweater, all cables up the arms, up the body, and it didn't fit.
Made a sweater that I kind of designed myself, and I got up to the body. I had a sleeve and I didn't have anything for the other sleeve.
And then I finally go to put it all on, and the sleeves are like at least 3 inches too long.
I decided to make a hat. And it was pretty simple, and it was knitting in the round.
And I'm not really good with measurements.
And I didn't realize that there was something called gauge.
Got my dad's head size, crocheted it, came back home, and I'm like, why aren't you wearing it?
And I got all done, and I bound off, and I was so excited, and I put the hat on my head, and the brim came down to here.
It literally flops over his eyes, so he can't wear it.
And I was knitting it in the dark while at a bar and just screwed up a good 1.5 inches of it.
And for some reason, I decided to bind it off on a smaller size needle.
And all the seams just kind of opened up. And so I just took the whole thing and threw it out. I couldn't face it, so I just...
And I held up this mess and said, I'm putting it in the garbage.
I'm praying that he has it thrown away somewhere. I finally realized, like, oh, there's something wrong. So I took it to like a knitting shop because I needed more yarn, and they were like, what are you making? Is it a sweater? And I was like, no, it's a beanie. And they were like, for an elephant?
And I got to the end of the blanket and realized there was this glaring mistake in the center of the blanket, and the christening was in 2 days.
What do you mean? Isn't it gonna shrink down? They were like, no. How many stitches are on there? I was like, 200.
So I took it all out and I did it again.
Knitting mistakes are always knitting lessons and knitting teaching moments. So in the moment, even though sometimes I feel like I want to scream, I look back on that and realize it always takes my knitting to another level.
Your mistakes are just your signatures. Nobody that looks at it knows.
And now I'm learning that the beauty of yarn and knitting and crocheting is sometimes your imperfections.